Hello, welcome back to my consulting room. This month I'd like to talk to you about finding joy in the middle of boredom. All of us have had the experience of being stuck somewhere we don't want to be. In fact, that's probably the majority experience for everyone who goes to work. By the time you include chores and commitments, the time you get to do what you want is a very tiny fraction indeed of your whole life. Some handle that fact better than others. Life would be easier for a lot of us if we could get more out of the less ideal situations we find ourselves in. Not everybody necessarily wants to make a big lifestyle change. They don't want to find God. They don't want to discover enlightenment. They don't want to take a big risk or pack up and move on. They just want life to be a bit more fulfilling right now where they are. If you're in that situation, then this video is for you. It is indeed possible to find fulfillment in life without a big upheaval if you don't want that. But you will need to be a little bit more mindful of what you're focusing on. If you're not enjoying where you are very much, then it's because you're focusing on what's wrong. You're focusing on the fact that you're not appreciated. You're not given the right tools for what you're being asked to do. You're not given enough time. People don't do what they're supposed to. Systems and tools don't work properly. You're not given enough information. No one answers the phone. Things don't turn up. You don't get what you're entitled to. Does that sound familiar? The first thing to say is, you're right. It isn't fair. You're not imagining it. It's perfectly natural and understandable to be annoyed about it. But the second thing to say is, that's the way it is, I'm afraid. You see, in any civilization or organisation or group, there's always conflicting forces at work. Most people won't push the boat out for others if they don't have to. If they can get away with it, they just won't do it. The result is that the system is always less than perfect and always will be. The name of the game is things like adequate, sufficient, functional, tolerable, acceptable. And you only really have two choices. Deal with it, or move out. Assuming you've not the will or the resources to move out, there has to be an acceptance of imperfection and a new focus on the positive. Few places are so dreadful that there are no nice people at all, no good people, and nothing good happens. Your mind now, just letting everything else float around, in your awareness, focus on that nice or efficient person or that one good thing. And if you can, then you feel better, don't you? Just by changing your focus. Now, these feelings of focusing on the positive are really important, because when you focus on things that are good, no matter how few there are, you feel better. You'll perform better. You'll be nicer to be around. You'll be more liked, and you'll be healthier. Just by focusing on the things that are right, however few. And if you can keep these feelings going, life will generally be a smoother ride. So here's a little exercise for you to do. It takes no effort. If you do it regular, it will promote all these good things I've been talking about. Starting today, you're going to be a hunter-seeker. You're on the lookout for things that are nice, helpful, or handy. If the bus turns up just when you need it, that's handy. Make a note. If someone does something nice for you, that's helpful. Make a note. If you see a beautiful sky or hear a wonderful piece of music, make a little note. Because if you don't, you'll forget it all. And you need to remember, because at the end of your day, you need to go over them just before you go to bed. Because if you do that and recall them at that point, then you'll sleep better. And a good night's sleep always makes you feel better. Now, next day, you're going to have to do a little quid pro quo, a little giving back. If the day before you saw one nice thing, or you met one helpful person, or one handy thing came to you, then you must give back. The next day, Keep looking out for those nice, handy and helpful things, but also you must do one nice thing for someone else without expecting anything back at all. No thank yous, no favours, no nothing. A complete one way, no strings, nice thing that you're going to do. You might compliment someone, open a door for someone, finish a job for someone, whatever you get the chance to do. At the end of the day, once again, recall all the nice, handy and helpful things that came your way. Yes, a load of crap might have happened. Just let that float around in your awareness, but focus on the good things that happened, the nice, handy, helpful things, if there were any. And if there were any, you know what to do the next day. Quid pro quo again, one nice thing back to the universe, no strings attached. Keep all this up for 4 weeks. Now, after that time comes the big question. Has life gone better for you? And I'll wager that it has. If not, you'd be the first, so drop me an email and tell me about your experience. If life definitely is better, you know what? Just keep going. Simple as that. Because if you stop, things might go backwards again. And it's not hard, is it? It's not a hard job, it's an easy job. So just keep it up, and you'll have a happier life. Try it and see. It's been great to talk to you. I look forward to talking to you again next month.